What's up everyone? Be the Installer here. I'm in fabulous Palm Springs because we had an opportunity to see the 77-inch LG G2. A customer that bought this from Value Electronics called me up and asked me if I would come and install it on the wall here. Gonna replace this 65-inch LG E7, which is a great TV, but the customer wanted to go a little bit larger, and I think it's a perfect opportunity in this beautiful living room to get a larger size and put it up on the wall. So we'll be showing you the unboxing and installation with the G2's own mount that recesses flat against the wall, and then show you some content, see how it looks, and maybe run a couple tests to see how good the quality control is on the TV. So stick around for that. Make sure to smash the like button when you get a chance. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. And let me know in the comments, would you guys be stoked to get the G2 knowing that it doesn't come with the stand? Would you buy the stand, or would you just go with the C2 and put it on a table yourself? Let me know in the comments if you can actually install this TV. I'm interested to know. Okay, let's get this sucker out of the box. I'm excited. All right. Not much in the box here. All we have is the remote and goodie bag in here. I think the remote's in there. Yeah, it's in there. Got some wiring and whatnot, and instructions. And then the only other thing on top is this wall bracket, which is bigger and a little different than last year. So I'm interested in getting that out and seeing how this is gonna go up on the wall. We'll hold on to this for a second. Let's see what this is. So it shows us how to take the box apart, but we aren't gonna be setting it on the table because this is going straight up on the wall. So we'll be able to leave it in the styrofoam and just put the mount and get our measurements how we need them with it in the box, and then as long as it looks good, then we can just go over here and start working in the area. Take this apart. That's nice, just comes right apart. I'm definitely better at pulling these off than Jen is, that's for sure. Speaking of Jen, she's not here. She couldn't make the trip to Palm Springs, but maybe we'll get her on a what's it called, FaceTime or something later. We don't have Apple phones. Otherwise, maybe we would. Just take this stuff off carefully. All right. I'm gonna leave the rest of it on, but I'll take this piece off because it's where the mount needs to go, right here. So that's all I really need to do. And to be honest, you could lay this right down on the styrofoam on the other side. So that's as far as we'll go. I'm gonna move this up a little bit, but then I can get the mount in here and get my measurements so I know where the TV is gonna be on the wall. So I'll get this one out. Take these off here. See how this, not very tippable it feels. So I'm glad about that because sometimes you'll get these and once you take off some of the stuff, it's just like the TV wants to fall, but that's very sturdy. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let's see what it looks like. Wow. So it's definitely thinner here. Overall, it's about the same thickness, but last year there was an angle piece here. So it touched the wall and angled out to the edge. So the design is definitely different. I know the TV is much lighter too. We noticed that when we brought it in that this 77-inch weighed about as much as the 65-inch did last year. It'll look like it might be off the wall a little bit more. Last year's had that angle, so it still kind of looked like it was a little bit off the wall, but I think it looks awesome. Such a cool TV design, and I think that this is just so much nicer of a TV than like the Samsung frame. It's just, this is visually stunning for picture quality, you know? And something that I really like about this year's model is that it has 4 attachment points for the mount. Last year it only had 2. So the TV would sway at the bottom, which was not very useful when you had to push and pull the TV out. So now that it has 4 attachment points, it should be more sturdy in how it comes off. It still may sway a little bit, but we'll find out. Here we have the USBs, all 4 HDMI ports on the side that can all funnel the cord down and around so that it fits neatly behind the TV mount. And all 4 of these HDMI ports are 2.1, so you can game on any of them. The eARC port is number 2 there, so you have that connected to your soundbar or speaker system. And then it does have the ATSC 3.0 tuner, so you will be able to get 4K channels through the broadcast signal. So overall, it's very sleek in its design, and it has channels for all the cords to run and make it look nice. Looks like we have some sort of template here. You can use this template if it helps you. For me, with the combination of where this mount needs to go on the studs and the height of the TV, it just is easier for me to just do the measurements myself than to try to throw this up on the wall. But it might help you visualize where your TV is gonna go. We know that we wanna put this 5 or 6 inches off of that stand over there. So if I know that math, I don't think I need this entire template. Warranty card, you might wanna hold on to that, I guess. And there are some bolts they give you here. Looks like they give you like 6 or 8. Then like I said, kind of the new and improved version of this flat mount. It looks about the same as it did last year. It just has, again, the 4 different holes so that the TV can't sway as much. This little piece here is extended down further, and that's gonna do the trick in keeping this TV solid on the wall. And basically it just fits in right there. Got a couple of these clips you pop out, put it down, lock them in, and then push the clips back in and you're set. So now we need to move some of the stuff over here, get the TV out of the way, and move forward with the installation of the TV. Let's do it. All right, so we moved the TV out and the stand, and we have to do a few different things here, which we're gonna do kind of fast, so I wanna just show you briefly what's gonna happen, and then we'll speed through it. But the TV mount is going to go in this general area. We marked center, we marked the bottom of the stand, we're gonna go up 6 inches. Then I'm gonna have to take power and put it in this general vicinity as well, preferably underneath the center of this mount where the cords kind of all route naturally on the TV. And so then they'll go down, come out, and connect to the receiver or all the other products. So we'll show you the installation of this on the 2 studs, how we run those down, the electrical, and then tying it into the original circuit here, all in the next couple minutes. So let's do that. So quick. There we go. It's gonna probably slip down, but oh, it's got the magnet. I like that. The magnet. About 6 3/8 from the top. Cool. And then I gotta measure the whole height, which we can just get online. It'd be easier, to be honest. 65 5/8. So that's the top of the mount right there. So now the next step is getting this in-wall box here that's gonna tie into the electrical. I know this stud is on this side, so this should be an open bay here on the left before the other stud there. And so I had measured it off center, that on the back of the TV, it's about 10 plus inches. I can't go at 10 because it's like right where the power outlet would be. So a little bit further along and then a certain length down, the HDMI cord will run into this groove and then come into the back of the TV right here. So it's kind of a little pre-planning you have to do, but the cords will come connect in this side, go down this channel, in the wall here, down and out to the receiver below. There you go. Plaster, drywall, wood paneling, only like an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch thick. Another piece of drywall, so got my workout in. One little pro tip that I use when I'm looking down the wall after I've cut out a box, and there's no wood here to make it problematic, but I want to make sure that I can see the power outlet. So I'll actually use my camera with the light on and look down the actual bay and see down there that I can see the power outlet. Now there is a little 1x6 lath board there that helps hold up the wall with plaster on it, but you can see it's an open bay, and down there way in the bottom right corner you can see those 2 little white lines, which is the electrical. So that means I'm good to go and I can get from where I am here all the way down to the power without issue. So awesome success, and that's a great way to do it. Just don't drop your phone down the wall or you'll be cutting more drywall for sure to get that sucker out, or fish hooking it or something. Okay, so that's good. So now I have to make a small hole at the bottom to catch the other end of this. So need to do that now. Okay, so we got the hole at the bottom cut, we have the hole up here cut. So now you have to remember, if you're gonna do all this stuff, you gotta run your HDMI cords, your electrical. This has to fit in there, make some micro adjustments here, cut a little bit more. Then you gotta manipulate and connect the electrical down there and then button all that up. So I'm gonna do all that and then we'll hang the TV next. So we got an HDMI 2.1 here. So we got one of those wires that's CL2 rated to put in the wall, and then we have the 14.2 Romex for this interior wall in California. So we're gonna put both these down the wall, connected to the top, connected at the bottom, and be good. That's good. Cool. Good to go. Okay, so all the hard work is done. Got the box cut out, got the low voltage box cut out, connected the electrical, HDMI cords run, all of it's finished. So now all we have left to do is hang this beauty of a TV, turn it on, and show you guys how it looks. So let's do that now. I'm gonna clean up and get that done. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Let's spin it. Okay, let's try to eyeball it. See how hard it is? Square it up. Here, come on this side, switch with me.
Okay.
I got it, go ahead. You're good. My way a little. There we go, all 4 around, just like that. Yeah, look at that, it wobbles way less. It wobbles a little, but it's way less than the other one did. Okay, so that was very difficult to get the TV up, but before we step away and turn it on, I wanna make sure all the safety features and things are connected. So first, we wanna connect these little clips here because once these clips are up, they prevent the TV from falling off. So do it on that side and get this other one on this side. So now the TV can't lift off the mount, and now we can power it up and connect the HDMI cord, and then we'll back out and see how cool it looks. Not a ton of room behind this TV. The mount does not extend very far, so you kind of have to know what you're doing here when you're connecting things. And here is that HDMI, and it fit pretty much perfectly with where we wanted to put it, so that's good. I'll go ahead and plug it in to HDMI 2 for the eARC. And then we're gonna put a zip tie on this power cord because it's pretty long. Just double check everything works here, and we'll push the TV flat. There you go, perfectly level, flush against the wall, ideal. Cool. All right, so we have the 77-inch G2 up. We have all his equipment back in order. Decorations look lovely. Now we have to peel the plastic off here and get this thing fired up. Let's do it. Ooh. Okay, here we go with the LG Magic Remote. So you can move it around and see the cursor on the screen. That's what it's for. It sits pretty flat on a table now. It used to rock more. Power buttons, number buttons, which you can assign to a certain app. However, I don't really find these buttons that useful. Volume up and down, channel up and down, home button. We also have the track wheel and the upright down left. All of it's kind of clicky and makes a lot of noise. But overall, it's a decent remote, and a lot of people like that you can point and shoot and see that cursor. And then you have some apps down at the bottom, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, LG channels, and then you have your voice assistants. All of these buttons here that are color-coded are specialized buttons as well that do a little thing here or there. But let's go ahead and fire this thing up. All right, here we are on the WebOS home screen, which is a full home screen instead of the pop-up menu. You used to get some of these apps that popped up from the bottom here when you were watching something, so therefore you could look and see if you wanted to go to a different app and then be like, no, I'll just keep watching what I'm watching. But now if you press the home screen, this is what you get. If you press it again, it goes back to the input that you were on of the app. So it's a little different than it used to be. You have a lot of different personalized things up here, like you can get weather and sports scores by signing in. You can also scroll up and down. They have a lot of trending shows and advertisements for things that they want you to watch. And then as you go down, you have all your connectivity. You can get into the ThinkQ apps and get to connect to other devices. Also different HDMI inputs here. And then you go down the list and it'll start showing the frequently viewed channels that you watch just off of the LG channels, I believe. But they do have a lot of cool free channels now, so you can get crazy here with Steve Harvey watching Family Feud and other things. And then sports scores, shopping, you can remove this section here. And of course, web browsing if you were so inclined to do that on your TV. But yeah, more or less, it's a decent OS. I like it better than the Tizen OS. It's on par, maybe not quite as good as the Android, but I do like this operating system. I am more inclined to use an Apple TV or something else, which is exactly what this client is going to use. So I'm not really too worried about it. But what I want to do is do some settings quick, go into this. We have it on ISF Bright Room for this SDR type content, but I can move those settings across the board here. So we'll click on that and get into the ISF and go down to the advanced settings, and we'll check out the brightness here. I prefer just to have this all the way up, but you don't really need to. This LG G2 is so bright and nice that contrast could go a little bit lower, anywhere between 90 and 100 if you want. Here, let's move it up to 90. Black level good. Dynamic contrast, if you wanted to really juice it, you could turn that on. Peak brightness, we're gonna go ahead and put that on high, which that was off. Wow, this is getting brighter and brighter. And then go down into the white balance. It's already set at warm 50, so that's good. It isn't calibrated. I'm not sure if the client's going to do that, but we'll save that for another day because he's got to get some use out of the TV first anyways. The clarity settings, leave this at 10 here. I'm good with that. For SDR, sometimes I would use a little of the resolution or noise reduction, but a lot of the stuff that the client uses HDR, and that already looks quite good. I'm gonna leave these features off because the processor of this TV is so solid, I don't think it's necessary. And on True Motion, we're going to leave that to user selected and put the de-judder here on 3 and the de-blur on 3 as well. Sort of minimal settings that I like to have. And that's pretty much it. So we're all set up on ISF Bright. We'll check these, but they're gonna be pretty much similar in HDR. So I'm just gonna move on to playing some content. Okay, so we have this on ISF Bright watching SDR, some golf from the LG channels, and it looks extremely bright, which is quite nice. The customer definitely thinks it looks brighter than the old E7 OLED that he had before. So pretty happy with the brightness and the size difference from the old TV. It looks really good, and motion and everything are set to where I like them. I hope the customer likes them, but he can always change them. If not, so can you if you have a similar TV. But let's get into a quick HDR movie before we finish up. All right, now we have Disney Plus on with the movie Encanto, which we've used on many videos just to see how this TV looks in comparison to a lot of the other ones that we've reviewed. Obviously, this looks amazing in dark scenes because it has that pixel level control, but really it's fun to watch this on bright and vibrant animated movies. And when watching content on this TV, I've noticed that this screen looks nice and uniform. I hadn't noticed anything when turning the TV on. I didn't notice any blotchy areas in the screen. So we're not even gonna run a dirty screen test because it's one of those things where it's out of sight, out of mind. If you go looking for problems, sometimes you find it, but I have a good feeling that this client is gonna really enjoy this TV for years to come. Overall, I'm really stoked about this TV. I think it's one of the very best TVs. I think it is the best 77 or 83-inch TV in 2022. I want to thank my client, Kevin, for inviting us up here to get this awesome look at the 77-inch G2 and install it. Quite an experience, and I think this TV looks amazing. It's nice and light. It's a huge TV that looks really good on the wall, very low profile, and honestly, it's probably the best TV that I've looked at this year in this size. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Would you go for a 77 or 83-inch LG G2, or are you going for a smaller size in something like the A95K, or are you gonna wait for QD OLED in 2023? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell and all that, and we'll see you on the next one.